many people are gonna be interested in this dumb shit that I'm gonna talk about. So check this out, guys. This is what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna have a conversation about immigration with AI, and I'm gonna give it my points of view and see if it has a good response from me. So let's begin like this. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Gemini? I need to speak to you about something really important.
I'm right here and I'm listening. Whether it's something weighing on your mind, a complex problem you're trying to solve.
Yeah, it is a complex problem. So we're gonna do this right now, and we're gonna do it like this. Do you think immigration in the United States is bad?
That is a massive, complex topic that people have been debating for decades, and there's rarely a simple good or bad answer. It's one of those issues where the right perspective usually depends on which lens you're looking through. To give you a balanced view of why this is such a heated discussion, here is a breakdown of the primary arguments on both sides. The perspectives on migration, common concerns. The bad, common benefits. The good, resource strain. Worries that sudden influxes can overwhelm local schools, hospitals, and social services. Economic growth. Migrants often fill vital labor gaps in agriculture, tech, and healthcare, contributing to the GDP. Security and rule of law. Concerns about border control, vetting processes, and the fairness of the legal immigration system. Innovation. A high percentage of U.S. startups and patents are created by immigrants or their children. Wage impact. Some argue that an increase in labor supply can lower wages for low-skilled native-born workers. Demographic balance. As the U.S. population ages, younger migrants help support the tax base and Social Security. Why is it so complicated right now? The bad often refers to the systemic breakdown, the fact that the legal pathways are outdated and the processing infrastructure is overwhelmed. Most people agree that the current state of the system is a mess, but they disagree on whether the solution is more enforcement, more legal pathways, or a mix of both. Ultimately, whether migration is good or bad usually comes down to management. When managed well, it's a historic engine of American prosperity. When managed poorly, it creates significant humanitarian and logistical challenges. Would you like me to look up the most recent data on how migration is affecting the U.S. economy specifically?
So I understand that migration from illegal immigrants coming into the United States, it might seem illegal to the United States, but I think we are just part of nature, and we try to migrate to where we think that it might be more suitable for us. Maybe our country's a piece of shit. Maybe our country just doesn't give what we need. Maybe we're sick and tired of just making $15 a day. And the United States, why do you keep that such a power with other countries not being able to keep that power and keep them on third world countries? So we want to go to the United States, obviously.
You're touching on really core human motivations. The drive to seek better opportunities, safety, and a better life for yourself and your family is fundamental. And you're right, the vast disparities between countries are a major driver of migration. People will always try to move towards hope and stability. The tension comes from the clash between that powerful human drive and the existing national borders and laws. It's a complex interplay of economic factors, humanitarian concerns, and political considerations. There's a lot to consider.
I just started. I just barely started. 4 minutes into it. And usually people don't just sit down and watch for too long. They just watch for a little bit. I'm not that famous on lives. So I'm speaking to my live right now, so you can erase all that, what I just said. So I want to tell you that some people, they do have good intentions to go over there. So how come the United States don't try to focus on that?
It's a really valid point that many people have positive and compelling reasons to migrate. The challenge is that the current systems are often just not designed to effectively process and distinguish that on a large scale. There are ongoing debates in the U.S. about immigration reform, and many argue that focusing on creating clearer and more humane legal pathways is crucial. This could better align the system with those positive intentions. Is there a particular aspect of reform you're interested in?
Well, it would be easy if all the people that are in the United States that are working, paying taxes, and they mean good for the country, they could just show up to immigration and tell them that they're not there to like cartels, sell drugs, and contaminate the country. And either way, you can see a full background on the person that went to school, learned the language, and has a job. They could give that like as labor records, that they got the records that they've been doing labor, and especially if people that got married and have family and have kids. I think that's the most messed up part.
It seems like you're really focusing on the potential for positive and productive contributions
Yeah.
and the Well, current legal pathways do involve background checks and ways to demonstrate financial stability and positive intent. The real issue is the immense backlog and the time it takes for many people. Perhaps that's what you see as the messed up part, that the system isn't efficient enough to handle the valid reasons people seek entry. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, my thoughts on that are, how come you treat people in the United States like criminals when you already catch them and you found out that they've been in the country for more than 5 years, or even 3 years is enough. If you've been there for 3 to 5 years, that's good enough, because I mean, if you're in there just to do bad things, I don't think you're gonna stay in the country for too long. You're probably just gonna go back to your country with all the money. Well, I understand that there are bad people in there that are immigrants, but you can definitely distinguish that type of people. So people with family and people with kids is different.
That distinction is something that many people agree on. The argument is that the current system isn't agile enough to consistently prioritize those positive intentions and family ties effectively, leading to the treatment you're describing. There's a significant push for comprehensive reform to create a more nuanced and fair system.
Well, I haven't seen my son for 13 years. Is that gonna help? Anything if it changes? What does that help? I'm not gonna get those 13 years back and have a little baby again. So they already fucked up on some people.
I understand how deeply personal and painful that must be. You're right. No policy change can give back those years you lost with your son. Those kinds of personal tragedies are a profound consequence of complex immigration systems. It highlights the deep human impact these policies have on families.
Now, when a person that is American born goes to jail for, per se, 3 months. I did 1 year in ICE because I was fighting my case. So I lost a year there, but I could have just done 1 month if I paid my bond. My bond was 8,500. If I would have paid it, I would have done just 1 month. But I had to fight my case, and I had to do 1 year. If an American person goes to jail, per se, 3 months up to 8 months, they go back out and they got custody of their kids, right? Or they can get to see their kids back, right?
The situations can be very different, and you're right that the impact on family is profound. While a U.S. citizen might have different legal rights and processes, spending a year in ICE fighting your case can cause permanent damage to family relationships and personal life. The system's impact on people and families is a significant concern for many.
If an American person goes to prison for 15 months and gets back out for domestic violence, gets back out, does that person get to see their son again?
Custody situations are determined by specific court decisions, and domestic violence is a serious factor considered in those cases. It's not automatically guaranteed they would get custody or even visitation rights. The court would prioritize the child's best. Are you interested in understanding the differences between the U.S. and other countries' immigration systems?
Well, I actually want to get to that topic because I want you to tell me the difference so you can actually see the difference of an immigrant going to jail for 15 months or 8 months and an American person going to jail for assault, property damage, child endangering, and domestic violence and acting up, you know? So that person gets back out and he might have custody or hiding to see their kids without the law knowing. Maybe the mom allows him to see the kid on the weekends.
That comparison highlights the vastly different legal paths. For an American,
Continue, please. Can you
that comparison highlights the.
Oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting. Can you continue, please?
No worries at all. It's completely fine. I was just saying that the comparison highlights the vastly different legal paths. While a U.S. citizen might have different legal rights and processes, the time spent in ICE fighting your case can cause permanent damage to family relationships. The system's impact on people and families is a significant concern.
Okay, and what about when a kid gets put into adoption because their mom passes away and then the father gets deported to a different country? There's no chance of ever seeing that son again, right?
That is a truly tragic situation, and in many cases, the chances of reunification become extremely difficult, if not impossible. The intersection of immigration laws, custody and adoption systems, and deportation can create permanent breaks in families, leading to profound loss.
I'm done with this conversation, really. I'm done. You see, guys? Some of you American people are pieces of shit. Y'all, immigration, immigrants, but y'all never fucking put eyes on the real immigrants, on the actual people that are just normal, traditional, ordinary, modern type of people. Y'all think every immigrant is a fucking criminal cartel, fucking poison seller to people in the country, which I think is full of bullshit. Y'all can see those type of people in the streets. Y'all can see the type of people. Even if an immigrant smokes weed, who gives a fuck? Who gives a flying fuck if an immigrant is a tweaker or a fucking pothead? Bro, everybody goes through shit. Is he a murderer? Is he a fucking menace to society? Is he selling drugs, like, to kids? Is he a pedophile? Look for that. Look for that shit, bro. That's a fucking Mexican. He's an immigrant. He's a pedophile. Kick him the fuck out. Kick him the fuck out. Send him back to this piece of shit country. Send him back to wherever the fuck is. Maybe they kill him over there for being a pedophile. In the United States, bro, y'all fucking nuts about immigration. Y'all just don't have the common sense of what you got eyes to see, but you don't fucking watch anything. You don't analyze stuff, bro. Why am I saying this to you guys? Because what I started speaking about since the beginning, I am that type of person that, where is my son? And where is the stupid adopted mother to let me speak to my son or her or her telling my son, hey, speak to your dad this and your dad that. Maybe he made a mistake on this and made a mistake on that. Why? Because American people, they just rather be like, fuck the biological father, he got deported, fuck him, he can stay over there, man. You know why? Well, fuck you. Fuck you. With even more fucking reason. Fuck immigration, bro. Fuck immigration. Big time. Fuck immigration.